Constantly rolling in combat is your worst enemy. While we often think we need to roll to get a better position or to dodge some shots, it actually doesn't help you do either if you're using it incorrectly. Today we're going to go over how we actually use it correctly and when to avoid using it at all. To make sure we're all on the same page, let's cover some basics. Once you're in front of the enemy target, if you hit forward while still maintaining visual on the pip of the enemy, you will maintain an orbit. To control the size of the orbit, we use up and down strafe with our forward. To control the direction of the orbit, we use a left and right strafe with our forward. I've made a more in-depth guide into the orbit, which I'll link below in the description or above in the top right. But now that you somewhat understand the orbit, let's talk about centralized combat. When we are facing the enemy, I like to imagine a line graph. We have the x-axis and the y-axis. A centralized position is when you centralize the pip on only one of these two axes. For example, a centralized X position is when we have the pip positioned directly above the opponent off of the ship, but in the center of X. The opposite is true for a centralized Y position. Your goal is to control when the combat is centralized and when it is not. Let's look at this scenario for example. In this fight, my opponent is constantly trying to side strafe away from the center line, not allowing me to keep the central position. My goal here is to force the central position. This removes his ability to gain any space and forces him to aim trade with me. Now, I don't want to aim trade all day, but positions do not come if you try to force it. You have to look for openings by centralizing the fight and gaining control of the inertia. Now that you know how to force the player into a centralized fight, let's talk about how we take a position from the center position. And if you feel like you're learning something, make sure to like, comment, or subscribe so that the YouTube algorithm favors us. Gaining a position is done by side strafing and rolling. However, knowing when to roll and when not to roll is extremely important in this position. To understand when we can roll, let's analyze the targeting box around the enemy ship. Now imagine that there's two lines stretching vertically up from the corners of the targeting box. We're going to refer to this as the goalpost. The goalpost width is affected by two things: distance and timing. What the goalpost really is a reactionary safety zone for these maneuvers. This means that the width of the goalpost can also be affected by your opponent's reaction time. When we are in our centralized position, our goal is to side strafe and pass the goalpost before we add roll. You will have to roll a tiny bit inside the goalpost to maintain a nice, smooth, steady aim. However, you don't have to roll at all as long as you're inside this goalpost. Rolling is a byproduct of having to aim our nose further to the roll direction. So if I roll left, I'm usually trying to aim further up on the left-hand side. And if I roll right, it's the opposite. This means that if an opponent rolls while inside the goalpost, all I have to do is side strafe in the opposite direction where his aim is favored. This tends to be the belly of the aircraft. Now this is a quick rundown of the position and how it's played, but it's a very in-depth topic and very complicated to teach. So for the rest of this video, I've narrowed down and cut down a training session that I did with Robo that teaches this skill set. Hopefully this will help shed some light on how you can do this better. Now if you're still struggling after watching this video, make sure to check out the Discord where we can find some better resources to help you learn. With that being said, let's get to it. We're just going to orbit each other, and the best way to do that is we're going to both, once we're here, we're going to hold forward about 50%. 100 is fine from time to time, but you're going to have to let go if you do 100 all the time. And this is a nice little orbit. So right now, are we in a centralized position?
Yes.
Perfect. It is because we're neutral. Let me get away from the station before we smack it. On just one of the axes, not both of the axes. So see, now it's not centralized because now it's on a corner, so bring it back to central. Beautiful. What I like to do to practice this and get really good at it is I like partnering up with somebody and we'll practice pushing it to central. So one person will push away, the other person pushes it to central. So how we do that? I'm going to be the push away. I want you to bring it to neutral every time. Or not neutral, sorry, central. So I'm going to push away. And then use your boost if you need to. Try to keep your nose on the pip the whole time. And see, I'm very basically going left, going right, going right, going left. Very simple. So use your boost so you can bring it back to central. You want to aggressively bring it back. Just like that, yep. I'm going left, now I'm going right, now I'm going left, now I'm going right. Good. So now you have to overcome when that tempo changes, because I'm not always going to go left, right, right. I might go hard right, left, right, left. And see how now I'm pushing it as soon as you're ready to bring it back? It's kind of like two people pulling on a rubber band and not knowing when the other person's going to let go of the tension. We're going to swap roles now. Now I'm going to push it off central, and you're going to bring it to central. I'm sorry, that's what we did. You're going to push it off central. I'm going to push it to central. And I want you to see how quick we change, like sometimes. So we're going to do it again. Don't mind me like calling out the strafes. It's really more for the video and for you to understand how fast I'm reacting to your inputs. So whenever you're ready, go ahead. Do whatever movement you want. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left.
Oh, damn, really quick.
Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Boom. See how I'm on you the whole time and I'm micro adjusting the whole time?
That's pretty intense.
I look for any tiny little adjustment. Like, look at the pip right now. It is perfectly central right here, right?
Yeah.
This little movement, you saw that tiny little fraction of an inch? That is a movement. You have to look for those. These tiny little movements are indicators that they're starting their movement. So we don't wait for this. We see this tiny movement and we need to begin reacting. We can't just sit there. All right, so back to our stationary. So here, see, so this is like, remember how I was saying you don't always want to hold forward. Like, this is the situation. Like, see how we slowly cruised into each other? Now, once we're here, this is like the 200 meter range. Now we can kind of slam forward and use it to orbit. But still, we're watching out. If at any position slamming forward does this, I need to immediately reverse and then go forward again. So I don't keep going in a straight line.
So it's okay to reverse. You don't just full send forward.
Yeah.
And then turn.
Reverses, there's a lot of people who say, oh, don't backstrafe, don't backstrafe. It's a bad condensation. Backstrafe is very important. We have to reverse sometimes. And backstrafe really isn't your reverse. What backstrafe really is constantly pushing the pip away. So if I'm going right strafe right here and I'm pushing the pip away, this is a backstrafe. I'm actually not going backwards, but I am pulling away from you with right strafe. So backstrafe is not so much like the way the community uses it. We use it as a terminology for separating, but really it has nothing to do with reverse. Reverse is very important, and sometimes reverse will get you closer. For example, if I up strafe and reverse here, I'm going to get closer to you because you're going forward and up. See?
Oh. So about the goalposts. So basically, you only roll when the pip is out of the left and right vertical lines, correct?
Correct. So let's recover just in case, right? So the goalpost is from this corner to this corner, and it's a line that stretches all the way vertically up above my ship for your screen, and same for me, really. It would be going like up this way. So anyways, you never roll in that section because what we're doing in this section is we're trying to add jukes, kind of how you're doing right now with your left and right. You're kind of looking for an opportunity, right? And what we're doing is we're looking for an opportunity to get over that goalpost and then roll to get an angle like this. Now see, the width of that goalpost shrinks or increases depending on reactionary time. Really what it is that it's an instrument to give you a reactionary dodgeability score. I don't know how else to phrase it. So what I mean by that, the goalpost right now, as we know, is the corners, right? Well, in this proximity, it's not. In this proximity, the goalpost is probably the little winglets on the side of the Gladius's cheeks, like these little guys. Because how quickly you can react to this is dramatically decreased the closer I am to you. When we're back here, same maneuver. I'm right strafing and I'm rolling. But see, now I have to clear that goalpost. See how now I'm doing the roll once I'm in that box? Or out of the box lines? Because now I need more reactionary time to be safe. And what is reactionary time? Reactionary time is how quickly the opponent can stop you from getting that angle. So the angle is done by side strafing and rolling. Give it a try. Side strafe and roll when you're outside of that box. And keep me above your screen when you roll, basically. Other way. Roll opposite. You always side strafe and you roll to keep me in the center of your screen.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yep. So see, now you're outside of the goalpost. So now go ahead, side strafe, and then roll it. Keep going the other way. See, now you rolled inside the goalpost, see? And see how you didn't go anywhere because you let go of a side strafe? So you don't let go of side strafe. Hold the side strafe. Go ahead, hold it. Now roll to keep me in the center. There you go, just like that. And see how now you're angling around my ship? There you go. Big difference.
Oh. Yeah, this one is a little bit harder for me to grasp.
Mm-hmm. It's a very difficult technique. So again, you side strafe and roll to keep me in the center. See there, you rolled inside the goalpost again, and see how now you're kind of like in the middle? Side strafe it. Now you can add the roll because it's far enough and kind of safe. There you go. Add the boost if you're not getting more distance when you think you should be getting distance.
Like that.
We usually boost when we do this maneuver.
Okay.
A couple things to cover. First is we're holding about 50% to orbit here. Sometimes 100, sometimes 0. It ranges. It's hard to give a definitive. But what I'm doing is I'm side strafing with boost. I'm rolling slightly and I'm pressing forward as needed to get around your wing. Now the problem is I can't let the pip separate. So the goal is to side strafe and roll while kind of keeping the pip in the box. So now I'm adding up strafe to keep it close.
Oh, damn.
So we want it to go to the corner of the box to get out of the safety region, but once I'm there, I want to up strafe with my side strafe and roll so that I can stay tight to you like this. See, now up and down controls my distance out of down strafe there. All right, give it a try. You're gonna side strafe. Hold your boost, side roll to keep me in the center. Roll, 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 and use that up strafe to get tighter. There you go. See how it's near neutral now? So that will get you tighter. So remember, distance is always controlled by pip distance. So the wider your side strafe, like right here, it's a pretty wide side strafe. Yes, it's safer, but yes, it's harder to get close to the enemy. If you want to get close to the enemy, you have to side strafe with a very tight pip. And see how here I'm not really letting the pip separate, but I'm still side strafing. I'm just adding up or down to not slam into you. Now this goes back to the reactionary. Outside of the box is safe. Outside of the box changes in width depending on safety. And how we find the safety is through centralized combat. Because let's go back to what we were practicing earlier, right? Let's say I'm moving left and right and I'm trying to force you to central, or I'm trying to not force to central. And then what I'm trying to do is get you to strafe in my direction. Because now I know you want to get to central too, right? Because you're looking for position. So as soon as I see you strafing to my direction, I'm going to go left. Now you're going to come towards me right here. And now I'm going to go hard against you. And now this lets me angle my ship and come around the side. You did a good job to counter, but now I can swing the other way. See? Right. So we're looking for those opportunities of tricking the ship to go where we want it and swing around the other way when they're not expecting it.
Okay.
The biggest thing people are going to say, who know this position and understand the PvP mindset, what if they just never push center? Well, you have to push center from time to time, because if you don't, I'm going to control the fight completely. Because as I told you, like, you know, just push away. Like that's how you kite people, right? Push away and you aim trade. If you do that, I'm okay with it. I'm going to stay right here. I'm going to aim at you and just aim at you all day and shoot at you all day. And what I'm going to do is, because you're focused on moving away and I'm not, I'm going to jerk on you like that and then go the other way. And all of a sudden I have a position and you don't. Because I'm forcing a position while you're always running away from that position. So we're both putting ourselves at a disadvantage, but I have an objective at the end of that rather than just sitting there and aim trading. So you have to have an offense and defensive mentality. You can't just do one or the other.
Okay.
So let's say we're in a central position here and we want to side strafe and roll, right? So the reason we're rolling is because when we're in this position, I have to aim up to aim at you. So if I move my ship to my left, on my screen, you're going to go to the right. So I need to roll right so that my up aim goes back towards you. This kind of covers why we have to be sure we're safe when we add the roll to our strafe, because when I side strafe and roll to aim up towards you, I'm basically exposing the belly of my aircraft. And what I mean by that, if you're inside this reactionary zone, go ahead and side strafe, roll, and aim up to me. And I strafe in your direction, now I get to your belly. And now, because you're rolling to a position that lets you aim higher up, and I'm going under you, now you have to change your inertia and aim all the way down.
Oh, yeah.
So this is why we have this reactionary safety zone, so that you don't get caught. Because go ahead, try to side strafe and roll to wherever you want, and I'm going to re-centralize you. And now see, I'm never going to let you leave this. So if you roll here, you're just getting me a better position. So you cannot roll till you leave this safety margin. See, if you add any side strafes here and roll at any point, I'm just going to nullify your roll.
Okay.
And what I'm doing in this position is I'm not trying to get a positional advantage. I'm saying I don't care about position. I'm just going to aim at you the whole time and beam you down till you fuck up and I can get around you.
Right now I'm like going backwards, and I feel like I can't go forwards.
You can. A little bit of forward will get the orbit going, which is fine. And now add side strafes to your forward. And this will let you shift around, and we're still orbiting. See, like we're still going in a circle around each other. But now we're kind of like changing positions. right there, you were safe out of the goalpost. You could have pushed there. Because remember, the goalpost is shrunk here significantly.
Oh.
See, right there, boom. See? Beautiful. There you go.
Oh, hell yeah.
But see, all that time, what were we there nose to nose for like a whole minute straight? That whole time we're nose to nose like that, you need to be applying damage. Now, I want you to focus on applying damage. And I want you to try to find an opportunity. I'm going to make it easier for you, so I'm not going to be going too crazy on you. But I want you to find that opportunity to get around. Use your boost. You got to use that boost. There you go. See? Easy. Just change directions now. Don't keep holding the same direction. Use that boost. Boost, boost, boost. See, there you rolled inside the goalpost. And see how dangerous that is? It totally throws off your aim. Be more aggressive with your side strafes, though. If I'm not pressing side strafe, you have full control of the side strafes. And there I wasn't pressing side strafe. I was like maybe holding it like 10-20% to the right or left, very little. Like I was barely doing any side strafing.
You're able to just... I was like full.
You were full, but the thing is, because we're hitting forward and we're moving quickly, we're near the speed wall. So if you're not using boost, you're not going to get a position.
Okay.
Well, really what all this is, it's called attacking the wing. It's an old strategy that I've taught in the old model, but now it's kind of changed. It's not as aggressive as it used to be. But basically what it is I'm side strafing and rolling, which puts me on the position of your wing like this. And good job strafing in my direction, because now you know to centralize. See, you automatically did it. That is exactly how you defend against it. There's two ways. You centralize or decentralize. Centralizing is aggressive. Decentralizing is defensive.
Oh, okay. So just going like this when you try to. And
Correct.
just like rolling with you.
Correct. If I strafe right, you go left. Let's do it right. Or actually, would it be your... Yeah, it would be your left. Here. Centralize first. First, we want a central position, so we're even. We're aim trading here, allegedly, right? So now I'm going right, and I'm attacking your wing. You're going left, and recentering, and boom. See how we're back to this far distance? You get to a safe position, I get far away, so there's no point in me holding that angle anymore. The aggressive stance is you have to be predictive with it, because again, this comes back to the reactionary time, right? So when you see a player starting to do this, that's telling you, hey, they're side strafing and they want to roll to my wing.
Okay.
So the minute you see that dip, you should be strafing just like that. Yep, you had to keep going. And don't roll, just side strafe right into me. Don't roll at all. You see the dip? That means I'm side strafing, side strafe. Keep going, boom. See how now you line up with my wing and I'm in a shitty position? So now go ahead and side strafe and roll and attack a wing. So all I'm doing is I'm centralizing. So see, if you roll, see how now I'm getting to the bottom of your airplane? Say we're here and we were side strafing, and all of a sudden you get a better angle. Like, see how you're starting to go on the outsides like that? So now here you would be adding your roll to your side strafe, right? Because you're outside the goalpost. But if they're fast enough to come in, now see how it puts you in a bad position? Because what's going on is, let's say we're here. Go ahead and roll your ship 90 degrees. Other way. Always towards the top. There you go. Like that. See? So now here you have the position. Here you didn't have the position. Now I relatively shifted the direction. But here you have it. And the reason you have it is because I'm allowing you to side strafe and roll to the position. But if you start to roll, and I'm going to roll myself to make it look like you're rolling, and I start to side strafe, see how I cut into the belly of your plane? So you by you rolling into my side strafe direction, you're cutting yourself off.
Yes.
That's why we have to make sure we're out of this safety margin before we get this roll going. If you're ever in a position like this, and let's say we're both side strafing here, and you start to roll, go ahead and roll just a slight bit in the correct direction. Right there, stop. If we're ever in a position like this, and say I'm here, and you see me gaining in on you like this, like I'm getting closer, you need to abandon that roll. When you see me coming into you, abandon your roll. Go back to matching me like this. So if you're starting to turn, match me again, so your side strafe gets stronger again. There it is. Fix it, boom. And now you're back to just side strafing. And now you're in a safe position. See, you're inside centralized combat once more.
What's a good name for this technique where you try to, like, you know, roll when it's out of the goalpost?
It's called attacking the wing. It's doing a side strafe roll, side strafe roll, side strafe roll, and I'm using forward or reverse as needed. We call it attacking the wing because we're getting to the flank. But really, it could be anywhere. I could be side strafing rolling until I get in your belly. Or I could be side strafing rolling till I get just here. Like, just on the top corner of your ship. So the position never has to be the same. The purpose is just to side strafe out of the cone of fire and roll so that you can still maintain aim. And what we're doing, the reason we don't always hold, let's go back to another example. Like, let's say we're here and we're fighting, and I start to get this angle on you. Now, when I start to get this angle, and see if you side strafe into me, how I have to fix my roll, because now I can't get around you. So as I'm getting this angle, or I'm looking for these opportunities, I'm changing directions. I'm not always holding the same direction. So here I'm going right, and I'm rolling. Boom, I got it. Now I'm going left. And my goal is not to hold it forever. So if I go right and roll, and I just hold this forever, sure, I can stay here. Against a good pilot, though, I won't be able to. So I have to be okay with stopping it and going back here, or stopping, going back to central and maintaining central until I find another opportunity.
Yeah, some people have been able to just do circles around me, and I think this is sort of how.
It's you have to be aggressive sometimes, and you have to be defensive sometimes. The same thing will not always work against a good pilot, because they're going to read it. If you're always pushing left, I know to push left. Like a really good example that I see a lot of people do is like when we merge, go ahead, turn your nose, is they'll left strafe right away, or they'll right strafe right away. You did forward and down strafe, so you got separated really quick. On the merge, go ahead and right strafe. All right, right strafe. And see how now you're to the side,
yeah.
Right? Again, centralize, merge, right strafe. Good. Centralize, merge, side strafe. See, so now, that was left, but now, I know you're a pilot that likes to go to the same direction. Actually, that was your left. Now I know you're a pilot that every time on the merge, you like to go right, right? So go ahead, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to centralize, which we are. Now merge, right strafe. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold right strafe before I turn my nose around. So guess what? I went to your right before you got there faster.
Oh, what the fuck?
And because of that, I'm able to cut you off. Yeah, it's a lot to take in. Really, a lot of this is muscle memory, man. Just put it in, like you know it now. So like when you see it not go right, you'll visually understand that, hey, it's not going right.
Well, you mind if I just do a successful attack? You mind if I successfully attack your wing?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so let's see. I do this.
Mm-hmm.
And like this, I'm on your side.
So you don't need a side strafe anymore once you're on that side. Now you can use your up or down to stay tight.
Okay, let me try again.
And sometimes you do have to continue side strafing, because if they're side strafing, you kind of have to continue with them. So it depends. There you go. Yeah, beautiful. Not so much up strafe. See how you're getting the pip to the other side of the ship? Because you don't want to go over and across my nose. You want to stay just under my nose. So you neutralize enough to just almost neutralize, but not fully neutralize. So here, okay. Attack the wing. Roll it, neutralize. No more neutral, right there. Boom. That's what you want. See, you're just close enough. Too far, bring it up. Use your forward. Use your no more up. Now forward. Use the forward to stay tighter. So it's a combination of things. Forward, less forward. There you go. A little bit of up. See the pip separation? There, that's where you want it, right there. Not too much. It's going way too high. Down. There, right there. Boom.
At the nose, okay.
That pip separation controls your distance. And we use the pip for mid-range. When we're close to the ship, like here, I don't want you looking at the pip anymore. Like here, I'm looking at your ship. I'm looking at how far is your ship. Right here, you're right on top of me. So I'm going to separate from you just a tiny bit. See? Because there you forced a neutral, so I had to separate again. And if you force neutral, I can always swing to the opposite direction of your travel. So what I mean by that is, like, say we're like this, and you side strafe to go near me, go ahead. I'm just going to side strafe and go to the opposite end. And now you actually pushed away from me. For beginners, I always tell them just learn to push away first, because you have to learn how to keep people in front of you, and pushing away is how you do that. But when you start to like understand push away, now you have to think about pushing in and when to time your push-ins. Like, see, that was a good... See how short of a reaction you had there? Because I was so close to you. I was literally kissing your ship. You have no way of reacting to this in time. It's just not going to happen. So this is where you have to make a determination. Hey, am I going to sit here, or am I going to push away and stay pushing away?
I feel like you have like an intuitive grasp of this. And I do not. I need to like build that intuition.
It comes with time, yes. Intuition comes with time. It's repeating. You now have the instruments to analyze what's going wrong, because now you understand the pip distance, when not to roll. Now you have to combine those things to get the intuitive feel of it.